Ben, thanks very much for joining us. Looking towards the future, Ben, in terms of the transportation side, are you looking more at electrification? Are you looking at road? Are you looking at rail? Are you looking at increased use of I suppose waterways? I suppose, how do you see the future looking in terms of DHL on that transport side?
It's interesting. We use every form of transportation. We actually even have a space division now, which I won't go into. But look, the demand for each type of sector will continue. I don't see that fundamentally changing anytime soon. But what we always do at DPDHL is to look for a solution that is the most efficient, and that efficiency is not only from a monetary perspective but also from an output perspective in terms of our carbon. But we're investing heavily in the improvement in the types of vehicles that we're operating. We've bought new fleets of aeroplanes that replace our older, more polluting versions. We've bought electric airplanes, a small number of them, but for our parcel business, they'll be operational. On the road, we've invested heavily in the electrification of our last mile delivery fleet, and from the sort of HGV perspective, we're also looking at different technologies. It's not just electric, but there's the potential for hydrogen. And we're certainly looking at that as something that may be a sort of more long-term solution than electric. But again, a lot of this depends on the changes in technology. But a group of our scale, we've also got the other types of transportation, such as river transportation, that we've been using in London, as potentially also a means of beating the congestion, but also having less of an output in terms of pollution as well. So interesting, but changes in these technologies is coming so quickly that that pace to keep up with it, really, the investment that we are proposing to put into it as well is really dictating how we move forward as a group.
Yeah, really interesting. The pace of change is just so rapid at the moment. Really interesting to get your perspectives there. Thanks very much for joining us, Ben.
Thank you.